Women on the Front Line, International Women's Day 2021.
Okay, my name is Renée Zamore, and I am the Managing Director and Chairman here at Chem Limited. It is a family business. This business was owned by my parents and two friends of theirs. As I said, my mother and her friends started this business 40 years ago in their backyard, and the business grew to a point where their husbands stood up and realized, wait a minute, this is something good here. They left their jobs and joined these women in the business to take it to a whole new level. Again, I am fortunate enough to be able to fill those shoes and step in. As my parents stepped back from the business, I was able to step into this business. Again, I consider myself very fortunate because most young women don't have that opportunity to see themselves in that role. There was never a doubt in my mind that I could do it as a woman, but most don't have that as their reality. The reality is women are not in leadership positions to the extent that they should be. And again, we need to just make that the norm. The more normalized it becomes, the easier it is for young women and girls to imagine themselves in leadership roles, and it will then feed itself, and again, things will start to equalize a little bit more, but we're far from that. We've gone leaps and bounds, yes, but there's a long way again to go. COVID-19 has actually been quite good to me. I as a leader of this organization, my team and I instantly recognized the opportunity that COVID-19 presented for a company such as ourselves. But with that, it also presented challenges at home as a woman, as a mother, as a single mother of 3 school-aged children. So having things ramped up here at ChemClean, given that the type of chemicals that we manufacture, which is cleaning and sanitizing chemicals, that of course, there was such a high demand for these types of chemicals as COVID-19 hit and throughout. So meanwhile, on one end, I'm ramping up business. I have long hours at work. We're working hard to make sure that we can keep all our staff employed, take advantage of the opportunity that was raised by COVID-19. But at the same time, at home, I have kids out of school, at home, doing the school from home, and that in itself presented some challenges as well. So it was about trying to find that balance between work and home, So that presented a bit of a challenge, but you got to roll with the punches and see what best you can do to make of the situation. Being a woman in COVID-19, being a woman in any scenario is a challenge in itself, but I really do try to not allow myself to focus on the negative side of being a woman. At the end of the day, you have to get on with the job. In Trinidad, we clearly need to do more to ensure that women are put into leadership roles. I was fortunate enough, my mother and her female friend started this business 40 years ago. So I was fortunate enough to be raised in an environment where women in leadership was not that was my norm. But we need to do more in Trinidad to ensure that there are more women in leadership positions, where the women on the board of directors, where women in leading up organization. It needs to be more normalized. During COVID, it has allowed some women in certain sectors to be able to shine, to come forth. I benefited from that myself. I think people now know who ChemClean is, so that has been a benefit for me. But it is a tough world, and COVID or no COVID, we need to do more to put women into leadership positions, for young girls to see that this is the norm, this can be the norm. Well, I'm proud to say that both my daughters are in the business with me today. I have my eldest daughter. She's been in the marketing and sales department for the last 4 years now. And my youngest daughter, who was supposed to go off to university last year, September, due to COVID-19, that plan was foiled. So we decided that she would do an internship here with us. So both my daughters are here in the business, learning the business from the ground up, and I am very proud to have them here. I'm also proud to say that we have many women here in key roles. Our lead chemist is female, procurement female, production female, so technical female. So I am proud to say that we have a higher ratio of women to men in this business, which is sort of unusual in a manufacturing environment. You know, in the States you had the whole Floyd situation, then, you know, here in Trinidad, Andrea Barrett, it's ripe for change. It's ripe, people are upset, people want to scream and shout, and it's ripe for change. And I think for us here in Trinidad, the women demanding change, demanding that they get treated better, demanding equality. So now is the time. Now is the time. So International Women's Day is just yet another forum for us to be heard. So yes, absolutely, it should be celebrated.
Women on the Front Line, International Women's Day 2021.